fate of a lame horse is often a trip to the glue factory. But in Nova Scotia, there's a blacksmith who's giving injured horses a second chance. Vince Whalen is a quiet man who's made an ancient craft work wonders for injured horses. And as Marie Thompson discovered, as a result, he's become something of a legend.
This is Debbie Daigle with her beloved horse, Canuck. 12 years ago, Canuck shattered the pastern bone above her right front hoof in 20 places.
We had sent the x-rays off to some veterinarians, and they gave us a thread of hope. And being my first horse, and probably not understanding the magnitude of what had happened to her, I chose to attempt to save her.
Debbie chose to put Canuck's life in the hands of this man, local farrier Vince Whalen.
The first day I met Debbie with that horse, she told me she'd be happy if the horse could walk. Originally, when I first saw her, her foot was 2.5 inches wide. Her foot was so deformed that it was turned at a 90-degree angle out.
Canuck was Whalen's biggest challenge. Many people would have chosen to destroy the horse, but he was pretty sure he could give Canuck another chance.
Some horses would have never survived this. I would say she had the will to live and the will to come out of it.
Vince Whalen's specialty is making custom shoes for lame horses. If Canuck was ever to run again, Vince would have to tinker and forge through trial and error to come up with the right shoe.
Well, that shoe is a handmade shoe. You don't buy these shoes, and I'd like to be able to say that I invented this shoe, but I didn't. This type of shoe has been around for probably 100 years, but a few modifications to it so she can roll off of here.
He never at any time gave up hope or discouraged me or told me that I'd made the wrong decision, as probably many horse people would think I had. And he just sort of began with what I gave him, and we just worked.
There aren't many farriers in Canada who devote so much time and effort to lame horses. Someone with such a special commitment needs special tools. At his workshop in Tremont, Nova Scotia, you'll find just about any horseshoe that's ever been designed for sore feet. Everything from aluminum to duct tape.
When we squeeze on there, she wants to pull her foot a little bit.
Horseshoes are made out of the same material as human finger and toenails. They take a lot of pounding and they need a lot of care. In some cases, Vince brings out his glue-on shoes.
You end up with a shoe like this.
He'll bend this toothy contraption around the foot and glue it on.
Instead of putting nails in there that's going to destroy a poor hoof wall to start with, we use the glue-on shoes to protect that foot while the horse's system is coming back.
Vince can't seem to stay away from the problem cases. Horses like this one with laminitis. That's where the hoof wall is so weak that the foot bone starts to wear right through the bottom of the hoof. He went to seminars in the States and studied as much as he could about horses' feet.
When you finish with a horse and they've brought him out and the horse is limping and you know that it's sore and hurting, and you do something with it, and that horse walks away sound, you feel good, and the owner feels good, and that's where a lot of the, you feel a lot better. It's not just what you get in pay for doing that job.
Paul Thibodeau apprenticed with Vince Whalen and now works as a farrier too. Whenever he has horses with sore feet, he calls on Vince for help. This is Chev with owner Tracy Sampson. The vet diagnosed a strained tendon.
I asked Vince when we were over to have a look at him. So, he looked at the x-rays. He has more experience than I do at that. So, he looked at that and come up with an idea of how to shoe the horse and what would be best for the horse.
Unlike most humans, it's pretty hard to tell a horse to stay off his feet. So it's up to the blacksmith to figure out a comfortable shoe that'll help Chev to heal. A simple pad, like an insole, should make all the difference for Chev.
As soon as you put this on him, I would think in 3, 4, 5 days you're going to see a difference in him.
Paul Thibodeau and some of Vince's clients thought he deserved recognition, so they wrote to the American Farriers Hall of Fame in Wisconsin.
I started noticing all the problem horses that he had done. and all the special care and dedication he has to the horse and the owner, but mostly to the horse, his love of horses, and to see that that horse is as happy as it can be and as healthy as it can be with what he can do, okay? So that's what I basically told them.
Debbie Daigle never hesitated at supporting Vince's nomination because of the dedication he showed to her horse, Canuck.
And this man, over the last 12 years, has been committed every 5 weeks. He's a 45-minute commute if this horse dislodges the shoe, if the horse loses a nail, if I'm concerned that the horse isn't as comfortable as she was the day before. He has been here.
Canuck lives a life of ease now. Only a trained eye would notice the change in her walking gait. But Debbie's account of how Vince gave this horse the chance to run again would have convinced the toughest jury.
She's very comfortable, very, very comfortable. I mean, you can see the lameness. She was never ridden again. But, I mean, with some soft footing or snow, I mean, she can come galloping up the hill and take your breath away. She's absolutely beautiful.
Sure enough, Vince Whalen is now a permanent member of the International Horseshoe Hall of Fame. He has one word to describe how he felt when he got the news.
Shocked. Because I know so many of the people, I know some of them personally that are in that, and there's a lot of them that I've gone to seminars that they gave the seminars, and you're sitting there at these seminars and you know that there's no way, if you live to be 200, that you would know what these people know, the trade. And to have them a few years later sitting down voting, you feel like you don't deserve it, for sure.
Try telling that to the owners of horses like Canuck here or Chev. All they know is that Vince is a man with a quiet voice and the strong hands that help their pets do what they seem to most enjoy. For Country Canada, I'm Marie Thompson.